A TYT exclusive, Jordan Charton does it again. Our field reporter, reporting for TYT Politics, talked to Susan Sarandon. This is now trending all over online. She said that Donald Trump reminds her of a drunk uncle at a wedding, and that the real problem is that he has made hatred and racism normal. He's normalized it. Luckily, he has no specific idea what he's talking about. But she was kind to Republicans overall, not necessarily what you'd expect from Susan Sarandon, who is a very strong liberal. But as a liberal, of course, you're open-hearted and open-minded. And she said there are very sane Republicans out there, and they're embarrassed by what's going on right now. If you want to watch all the different interview parts with Susan Sarandon, you can catch it on TYT Politics. We'll have a link below. But now I want to show you one part of the interview because we wanted to really get at what it is that about Bernie Sanders that she finds so appealing. Now, after we show you our interview with her, just a part of it, right? Then I want to show you an interview she did on CNN Politics, and I want you to see if you can tell the difference. Okay, so here's Jordan talking to Susan Sarandon.
What stood out to you about Senator Sanders, and what made you emotional tonight?
I feel this. It's just a miracle that we've gotten a candidate that can get this far without getting money from Goldman Sachs and the Koch brothers and chumming up with Wall Street. And I don't think it's ever going to happen again if this guy doesn't get in, because the system is rigged, and I don't think it can continue this way. And there's so much cynicism about, I talk to so many people who say, well, obviously he's the best guy, but it'll never happen because, it's just what he wants to do is just impossible. And what he wants to do is not impossible. There are ideas that FDR had that worked, and we've lost our way. And he's saying, let's take responsibility, and we can do it, and let's, bust up Wall Street, and there will be a redistribution of wealth. But it's gone the other way, and now it's time to give our kids an education. I'm very moved by it.
If we want the best educated workforce in the world, we have to make educational opportunities available.
He has hit a chord with people, and they're very emotional, and now it's just a question of getting his platform out there. He's done very well on the debates, and people are starting to understand what he stands for. And I think that, it's a lot of young people that are too young to be cynical.
So that addresses the two main points. Hey, what is it about Bernie Sanders that's got you all fired up? And she explains, look, there's a corrupt system. This seems like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to overturn that system, because so many people are excited about Bernie Sanders. Otherwise, we go back to the same old system, which is going to bring you no change and is empower the very, very rich and very powerful and taking power away from the middle class and Americans. You heard it for yourself. And then she addresses the second point, which is electability. Well, she says, well, if not now, when, basically? We've got all this momentum, and we need you to realize that this is your opportunity to take it. And obviously, as we've told you in the polling in the past, young Americans agree. People under the age of 29 in Iowa, for example, support Bernie Sanders overwhelmingly. About 3/4 of them are for Bernie Sanders, only 14% for Hillary Clinton. So that's substance. Now, we turn to CNN, where she is going to be interviewed by the mainstream media. Let's see if we can notice a difference.
They supported him when everyone said he couldn't get elected, and they're all over Bernie. They love him.
Interesting. So some people would say, you know what, Ms. Sarandon, you're a feminist icon. Hillary Clinton is running as a feminist icon, so why aren't you supporting her?
Well, Bernie Sanders consistently has represented everything that I'm interested in, that I care about. He wants change. He doesn't want business as usual.
Bernie Sanders, he says he's a socialist. He admitted that he would have to raise taxes to accomplish his goals. Those are two things that many Americans would take pause, like the socialist label. Do you think people will really vote for a guy who's
everything that he's talking about? Everything that he's talking about is just completely directed from FDR. So I don't know if you call FDR a socialist.
The critics would say, he wants to give Americans handouts, single payer. He wants everybody to have health insurance, free college tuition for everybody, and those things just aren't possible.
Do they say that about all of Europe? Do they say that in all of Europe?
Some critics do say that about Europe.
Everyone else, yeah, but they're very happy. Why shouldn't we have health care? Why is that something that we should be ashamed of getting? That's not a handout when you pay taxes and you work very hard.
Some countries within Europe, their economies aren't so great.
Yeah, but we got broke going to war, right? The gap between the rich and the poor has gotten so huge, where the few people at the very top, it's like 0.5%, have more than, I think, 50-some% of the property in this country and the wealth in this country. That's redistribution of wealth and going the other way. That's what we should be talking about.
Here's how I can summarize CNN's attitude in that interview. Like, oh, please, Bernie Sanders. So every single question was like, oh, but come on. First of all, he's not a woman, and you're a woman, and Hillary Clinton's a woman, so why don't you vote for the woman? Sophisticated question. But look, that's actually the least offensive question. I get it. And Susan Sarandon says, well, he agrees with my policies more, so that's why I'm going in that direction. And then the rest of the questions are nothing but loathsome. Right? He's a socialist, and he wants to raise taxes. And most Americans don't agree with that. Wait. Where did you get that from? No. Most Americans in large TV studios don't agree with that. But in reality, if you ask them, hey, would you like to raise taxes on the rich? They say, yes. The polling is very clear on that. So don't go around lying about what Americans think because you're rich and everyone you know at CNN is rich, and so you assume that they don't like Bernie Sanders' policies. In fact, in Iowa, among Democratic voters, socialism polls better than capitalism, which is stunning. Yes, I know, but it's a new day in America where we're sick of the excess of capitalism. Maybe not the core of capitalism, but we're sick of crony capitalism and the corruption that has taken over. So when she dismissively says, oh, Susan Sarandon, right, of course. But really, I mean, you're backing a socialist who wants to raise taxes, and everybody in the mainstream media agrees that's unacceptable because our taxes would go up. And then she goes, critics would go on to say that Bernie Sanders is just doing nothing but handouts. Now, wait a minute. When the Republicans come on your air, or people that support Republicans, do you ask them the question, well, critics would say that you all supported handouts to the tune of $700 billion to the bankers. And if you talk about what the Fed gave the bankers, that's $7 trillion. Well, you all supported handouts. All the Wall Street guys that the Republicans support, all they want is handouts. Isn't it funny how CNN never asked that question? Hey, wait a minute, Jeb Bush, you've got a program that gives billions of dollars to the rich in the form of tax cuts. Marco Rubio, you got a plan that doubles that. You're giving away billions. And in fact, over the span of 10 years, if these programs were successful, trillions of dollars extra in the form of tax cuts to the rich. You know what that is? It's a handout. But I don't see you scrunching your face on CNN when you talk to Republicans. Oh, handout. Oh, Europe. Every single piece of the framing is Bernie Sanders and progressives are clearly, obviously wrong, even though I have no polling on that. In fact, do you know that they did the town hall CNN did the other day? On that same day, they had their own poll showing Bernie Sanders beating Hillary Clinton by 8 points. We covered it live here on the program. They never showed their own poll. They kept showing the Fox poll showing Hillary Clinton winning. Why on God's green earth would you do that? That's because the mainstream, the establishment, can't stand Bernie Sanders. Why? Because they have a sense he would bring real change. Now, if you want to do a real interview, you would ask her why she supports him and get into the details of why she supports him, as opposed to someone like Trump. Now, that's what we did, and you can watch that on TYT Politics if you care about actual news. If you want to get someone who squinches their face and says, yeah, progressives, even though on the polling the Americans agree with you on almost every single issue, I'm going to squint like this and go, socialist, raise taxes. No, the Republicans are always right. That is my assumption. And the worst thing is, I'm not saying the Republicans are right. I'm neutral, CNN. I'm the most trusted name in news. Now, I will frame every single question in favor of Republicans and against Bernie Sanders. Thank you for being so neutral. Yeah, I'm surprised anyone goes on these stations anymore to deal with this crap. Okay, you want to get real news, you come right here to TYT. I guess that's why we're beating CNN all over the internet. Good luck with that crap.